Hello there and welcome. My name is Carl Freuser and I'm a Proctor Institute certified consultant. And my mentor is the Bob Proctor, who was featured in the hit movie The Secret. Have you ever wondered why so many people get all excited about a goal and in the end it just fizzles, just doesn't happen? Few people ever hit the big goals, and that's because not many people ever set the big goals. You've got to set the big one and you've got to get the big one. And what will happen is you're going to come face to face, bang, with the terror barrier. And if you bounce off that terror barrier, then that's it, you sunk your history. However, if you can understand what is going on, you can crash right through to the other side, and that is freedom. Anyone who has ever accomplished anything worthwhile has come up against the terror barrier and they've crashed right through it. To understand what's happening, let's go back to the stick person concept. Here's a full graphic illustration. Bondage, reason, conflict or terror barrier, and freedom. Now let's start with bondage. Here's the individual, and their conditioning will refer to as X-type energy. Physically, the person is in an X-type vibration, and their behavior is X-type behavior. And they are getting X-type results, and they are thinking X-type thoughts. People that earn $500,000 a year are not thinking thoughts of someone who's earning $1 million a year. Mostly they don't even think about it. X-type conditioning produces X-type thoughts, and they stay in that vibration and keep getting the same results over and over again. They are living in bondage. They are not free, and they don't understand the concept of freedom. They'll talk about it, yet they don't understand it, and they've got no awareness of what is actually going on. Now let's go from bondage to reason. Here's the same individual, X-type conditioning, X-type vibration, and X-type results, behavior and results. This individual is going to entertain a Y idea. Now, a Y idea is something like leave your job and start a new business, or buy a house. Something you've never done before. Now, if the Y idea is in the conscious mind, you can reason with it, and nothing will happen. Everything will be fine. You're not going to act on it because you must turn it over to your subconscious. So here's a person, X-type conditioning and X-type behavior and results, and they're beginning to entertain the idea of doing something way different. You can think anything you want, and if you don't internalize it, nothing's going to happen. Now let's go to conflict, and here we are going to hit the terror barrier. The X-type energy in the subconscious mind controls the vibration we are in. The vibration on a conscious level we refer to as feelings. Now here's a person with a Y idea in the conscious mind, and they start to get emotionally involved in the Y idea. And now they go into an XY vibration. And this is a chaotic vibration, and instantly worry and doubt register on the conscious mind, and fear on the subconscious. And on a physical level, it's anxiety. All hell is breaking loose for this person. They go to step out and they hit the terror barrier and they bounce right back into bondage. And this happens to almost everyone. A person quits a job and they start a new business and they're scared. It's what they want to do, but fear strikes. Now, when you get involved with the Y idea at an emotional level, your whole being changes. You're not in the X vibration anymore. And now you're in an XY vibration, and you hit that wall, the terror barrier. Thoreau said, if a person advances confidently in the direction of their dream and endeavors to live the life they've imagined, they will meet with success unexpected in common hours. You must endeavor and give it your best shot to live the life you've imagined. If you endeavor and give it everything you've got, you can go right through that terror barrier. The understanding of what's causing the fear will enable you to go through it. Understanding really is the key to freedom. And it won't eliminate the fear or the chaotic vibration. Even when you step through, you're still going to experience the fear. And what's going to happen is it's a repetition of getting involved emotionally with that idea again and again, with that Y idea, through repetition again and again. Eventually the X conditioning will disappear and is replaced with the Y conditioning. And that's when you've changed your paradigm. And now you're living in freedom, and then you start all over again. The why is the new bondage, and you start from there and you go on with the experience. When I set goals, it scares me, and also there's parts of me that on my mind that discourage me, and all sorts of negative thoughts come to mind. I've just got to kick those thoughts out the way and keep going towards my goal and going forward. The truth is, this process is exciting and scary at the same time. It's exciting because on a conscious level it's what I want, and yet it's scary because subconsciously it's something I've never done before, and I've moved into a foreign vibration. When you begin working toward the new goal, you're going to look outside for yourself for the resources you require, and you're not going to find them. They won't be evident and will only come to you as you need them. You've got to have faith and understanding and knowledge that everything you need is going to come to you as you need it. You see, there's only one problem in the world, and that is ignorance. All problems have as their foundation ignorance, simply not knowing. And the opposite of ignorance is knowledge. We must understand that all the knowledge that ever was and ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. And the answer to our questions is already here. Now let's take a look at this graphic. Here we have the positive and the negative, ignorance and knowledge. Now imagine an individual has set the goal and objective, and they're looking outside of themselves and they don't see what they need to get there. Keep in mind that there's a power flowing into their consciousness, and they can think anything they want. And they're thinking, I haven't got what I need to get there, and worry and doubt come onto the screen of their conscious mind. Now doubt and worry is a psychic disease, and as we entertain doubt and worry about what's going to happen, and we internalize those negative thoughts, they set up the emotional state called fear. Now fear is a very destructive emotion, and whatever's impressed must be expressed, and it moves us into a physical state of anxiety. The anxiety is suppressed, and suppression turns into depression, which turns into dis-ease, which then turns into disintegration. There's a basic law of life that says create or disintegrate, and if you're not going ahead, you're going backwards. So what we got to do is we've got to move away from the negativity to the other side, the positive side. We must understand that understanding comes from knowledge. And we must understand the laws of our being. And although we can't see it, it's here and it's coming. And if we can stay in a positive vibration, we will attract it. There's only one way to develop understanding, and that is through study. It's the one thing that most people don't want to do. And if you choose to win, you must study. We must understand that everything we require will be delivered to us at exactly the perfect time. And we start building a positive picture of the why idea, and then we get emotionally involved. And this sets up a vibration within us called faith. Now, faith is the ability to see the invisible and to believe in the incredible, and that we will permit us to receive what the masters call impossible. It's the polar opposite to fear, and it comes through understanding. We see the why idea before it even gets here, and we get emotionally involved with that, and that sets up the emotion of faith. Faith expresses itself in a physical being as well-being, and well-being is expressed. And when a person is in a positive vibration, they express it. The expression becomes acceleration, and they pick up speed and attract more positive vibes to them. We say they're at ease and they're calm, and that's what causes creation. And that's really what we're here for, is to create. I say we're here to do God's work, and God being the creator, creation would be God's work, and you and I were given creative faculties. Through the development of our creative faculties, we're doing God's work. We create and get out and make things happen. Make certain that what you're making happen is big and beautiful, and don't mess around with small goals. I hope you enjoyed this vid, and give me a like. Thank you. Cheers.